We got the heat gun ready, we got this plastic razor blade, which honestly wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I'll take whatever I can find the quickest. And we are ready to go. We're all parked outside, got the extension cord ready. Thankfully my neighbors were nice and they moved over for me. And again, in case anyone's wondering, like, that's red, that's orange. Alright, so we got one panel done. I just wanted to test it out, see how things were going to go before I started to record anything, and it's going pretty well. There's just some spots where I didn't heat it up enough, where the glue from underneath the pinstripe definitely got left. You can see right here is the worst spot, the main spot. Besides that, like, you can barely see anything here. You can see a slight little difference if you're literally like looking at it close like I am. You guys probably can't even notice it. And then this whole part came off pretty good, so I'm definitely gonna have to get like solvent or something for this. Definitely gonna have to get like either an orbital buffer or a regular buffer just to go over this. I really like this heat gun. It's cool. Make it a little bit hotter. Now the main key with this is patience. That's definitely like the main thing. You gotta be patient because you don't want to start trying to take the stripe off before it's hot enough. If it's not hot enough, it's just gonna leave more glue and it's just gonna be more of a pain in the ass later. So you really want to just start heating up the first section just so you can get under it, start to stripe it a little bit, and then just keep heating it along the way, and you should really be able to pull it off all completely in one shot together without even having it break apart. Like the first section there that I did, this piece, it broke apart like 6 times probably. Like I was just not giving it enough time. It's been a while since I've done anything like this, so practice makes perfect. You don't want to overheat the paint either, that's the thing. It can be a little tricky. You got to make it hot enough, but you can't make it too hot. It's starting to get really hot outside. Speaking about hot, it's got to be at least 75 by now. The sun's baking down on me. Not exactly ideal for this either. It's better to do this in like a shaded area. But this is literally as far as my heat gun's going to reach from my house, so it is what it is. Highly doubt you guys can see them, but geez, I've been kneeing into a bunch of little red critters. See, now that is how it should look. There should be no glue residue underneath. If there is, you gotta stop pulling. Well, I have a stream scheduled for 5 o'clock. It's just after 3 o'clock, and of course, out of nowhere, it's beautiful sunny. In came the clouds, and shortly after the rain, so I got all my stuff inside just in time. Unfortunately, it looks like there's going to be one piece of the Pinstripe left on the passenger side, and the driver's side is going to have the full thing. So this kind of sucks. Really, why does it have to start raining like right now? Like seriously? It's downpouring, literally too, so it is what it is. We're not going to be able to get it done today. I want to make sure I get on for the stream on time so I'm not late once again, but this is the kind of stuff that happens. This is why I'm always late for my streams, so it's a work in progress though. I think it's looking great. Cannot wait to keep working on this thing. I'm holding this door open with my foot, and I'm starting to get drenched here, so yeah. The door was supposed to close, but it didn't. Well, one half of the car is done. So this is before with the Pinstripe, and then this is after. No Pinstripe. So unfortunately this video is not going to be exactly what I was hoping it was going to be, because me being like a rookie GoProer, didn't realize my angles were just awful and you couldn't even see what I was doing half the time. So I switched it up. I got the head cam on now instead of the chest cam, and hopefully you're going to see the end part of this and how I was doing all this. But the car's looking great. I mean, I think it looks way better without the Pinstripe, just like I was hoping it would. Roommates have been saying the same thing, and there, you can see that orange shining. See, that's red over there. This is orange, for anyone who wants to try and get that wrong again. We're gonna get going here. Hopefully my GoPro isn't gonna die again like it has a couple times while I was doing this as well. So yeah, the video is not gonna be what I was hoping for, but you guys are still gonna see before and after, and that's the main thing. Another thing that's super important, make sure before you do this that you kind of like clean your car. Like I just washed my car a couple days ago, maybe a week ago by now, so it's really not too dirty, but you want to make sure you just at least brush away any debris on the car that's around like the Pinstripe you're trying to remove, because if you go and you're trying to swipe it off, you're just going to scratch your paint. So definitely make sure you wipe it off. Use a little spray wax if you have to. Again, my car is pretty clean and smooth. I just clayed it, so it's not too bad, but definitely do that before you're scraping at it. So I've honestly probably been like a little bit overcautious with heating up the strips, and reason for that is I don't want to risk overheating the paint, because then all you're going to do is damage and scratch the paint as you're doing this. So probably took a little bit longer than necessary, but again, just better to be safe than sorry, right? Don't want to mess up this beautiful paint that's on this 19-year-old car. So now this is the pain in the ass part, because I don't have solvent. Solvent would literally take this glue from underneath the Pinstripes pretty much right off. All I have is a clay bar and some spray wax, so that's what I've had to do for this whole thing, and it does take a little bit of time, but we're claying the car and we're making it look pretty damn good. I mean, you can see that along the front two panels of this car, you can probably not even tell that there used to be a Pinstripe here, so might take a little bit longer, but it's well worth it. This also worked perfectly to get this done today, because this side of the car is all in shade because the sun's coming from the complete opposite side. Could not have worked out any better. Well, step one, I think the biggest thing that I wanted to do with this car, the first thing I should say that I wanted to do with this car, was remove the Pinstripe, and the Pinstripe is gone. So obviously I want to know what you guys think. Did I make the right decision? Does the car look better? I think it looks amazing without that Pinstripe. It looks less like a grandma car now. We're definitely going to have to get different wheels on this car very soon. The problem is I'm trying to sell my old wheels that I had on my Subaru, and that just hasn't been happening, so until I get the money from those, I don't really want to spend money on these wheels. But the other thing that I definitely want to do is tint those windows. I'm thinking to do 20% all around. There's no tint currently on the car, and that'll enhance the look a ton. I plan on getting black wheels. I think that's what I want to do. I'm not 100% dead set on that yet, but I think she looks a lot better like this. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your opinions. I'm just happy it's done. That was a real pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. Removing the pinstripe, it was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be, simply because it's just been on the car for 19 years. And one last thing I do want to mention is I'm not done. There's actually one more step to completing this, and that's to run either, I'm thinking an orbital buffer will be enough because the paint's in really good shape and you probably can't even see it. But there is a little bit of a line that you can kind of make out from where the pinstripe was. Again, 19 years, the paint's in really good shape though, and you can honestly barely even see that's there. You might even not be able to see it's there in this video, but it is a little bit, so we're definitely gonna run the orbital buffer or a buffer over it. I just have to get one of those because I don't have one. I used to have them when I worked at the dealerships and stuff like that, but that is the final part to make this look as good as it possibly can. And then the wheels, the tints, those are the next steps. I also do want to get a custom license plate. It's probably going to say Stevio, and I want to get a nice little smoke tinted plate cover and also just a black trim to go with this. Another idea I have, I don't know if I want to make these black. Kind of thinking about it, but I also like the chrome. It looks pretty nice, kind of stands out. And cannot wait to replace this rear bumper, or at least get it repainted. It was in a very, very minor accident, and I got a little bit of money off when I bought the car because of it, so